Responding to insurance agents. And that's everything from, you're getting insurance and they're calling to figure out what they need to be covered from, to trying to sort out how we were going to deal with the roof damages, talking with our insurance agent. Had some questions the other day, and I threw them by Dave just so I knew what we were doing under our coverage. That's the communicate with our insurance agent, collect the mail. We have a P.O. box, as you all know. It's conveniently located downtown because I work downtown and I can go there twice a week, bring it home, put it in Dory's mailbox. Dory handles the accounts receivable and accounts payable on a weekly basis. She's got everything that comes in, everything that has to go out to pay the bills. And then do the reports for our monthly meetings. And we have to consult with an attorney on occasion. Again, it's very specific when I call the attorney because I've already looked at everything and I have very pointed questions, so we save some money there. We've budgeted some money in the incoming year for referral to attorney, and when we get to the budget, we'll talk about that. Where are we now? The bills are all current. We have insurance in place. Yeah. We have how much in the account? 23, 30.
I just made a deposit. We have
$6,000. Woohoo! We're back over $4,000. I'm excited. 30 units are owned outside the developer, aka financier, because that's really what Satori was. They were a creative financing organization for Jeff Egan. So they own, I know you said 21, but I think we have that one that is kind of interesting. That I think there was a fight for title.
We've placed a claim to the title company.
Yeah.
Because we had first position, but it was sold to somebody else.
Yeah, right. So I think that's why we show you guys as having 20 because we got the one that's sold, I think. But we can check that.
That's right.
The bad news on that 30 though, we have a handful that are either owners are MIA, in foreclosure, going to be foreclosed, banks, who knows. The good news is for most of the time, the title companies we've been working with, e-title. I just thought of that really weird case. Remember that morning about e-title calling me out of the blue sky? But anyway.
Which morning?
There was a morning where we had a meeting the night before, and it was very clear that we needed to get a hold of somebody at e-title. Well, can you imagine what it's like to call somebody and say, I'm calling about a property, you're just calling some conglomerate, kind of, And it was 7 o'clock in the morning, the following morning, my phone rang, and this woman says, hi Susan, I'm so-and-so from e-title. And I'm like going, whoa! They were calling on another matter, but it didn't matter. we had what we needed and we were able to move through that situation. So for the most part, the title companies have been calling us, getting those figures. Lindsay gets those, she confirms dues amounts, outstanding assessments with Dory. She gets the letters out to the banks. And the next thing we know, I got the check in my hand because I picked it up at the mail. So it's been working. The roofs remain a top priority. I think the 1964 is fixed. You still got issues.
It was never tried.
It was the window kind of coming in. So we still got issues there. How are we doing at yours? You're working. Okay, 67 is still a problem, 71 is a problem, 4524 is a problem, and there's probably more. Asphalt seriously needs addressing. The basement leak in 1954, which is Jan's, really needs addressing. It's also my understanding that we had some flooding of the Satori rental units over the past couple days. Today, I got a bid from Don Kieske to do the gutter clean out, which is what needs to happen. And he had indicated to me back in March, or early part of April, that he would get me a bid. And I spoke with him yesterday, and he got me a bid. So, he's kind of like our local handyman, and he's been trying to do stuff really cheap for us, so that because he knows the condition. So he got us a bid, and this board will deal with that after the meeting. He also came through for me yesterday. I took the day off yesterday. I took a vacation day yesterday from my real job. so that I could get ready for tonight. And while I was sitting at home working on all of this, Don knocked on the door because Consumers was there to replace our meters. And the woman from Consumers indicated that on each of the corner units, the very far meter was blocked and you couldn't get it out. And it's a fire hazard. And she was surprised we hadn't been cited. And of course, I'm sitting there going, we didn't build the place. Talked to Carl Shelley. But anyway, long story short, if you look at the walls or at your sidings in those areas, the siding has been removed. Don removed those siding pieces for us yesterday so that Consumers could install the new meters. And he is going to get the, there's a weave type that's our same color as our siding that he can install in that area to protect it from rain and snow, etc., and guard that area. So that we are no longer in a fire code violation situation and Consumers is happy with us and we have brand new meters. But that was yesterday. So it's stuff like that. And then we all know that, gee, we need lawn care. And honestly, the use of Don's family's private stuff and you know, the group that did it last year are pretty fried on doing the trimming and doing the lawn care again. Year-to-date totals on expenses: roof patches, $24.54. Well pumps and tanks, $33.87. Snow removal was $2,050, and property taxes. That property tax is clearly double what we're probably going to pay because we paid late and current. But we are current on property taxes to the tune of $42.46.91. Mr. Chair, that concludes my report.
Thank you so much, Sue. Report of the Board of Directors is accepted. I return the meeting to the President.